In this morning's Money Watch, the Federal Reserve says that it's powerless to protect the economy if the debt ceiling limit isn't raised.
Right, and weekly jobless claims likely held close to last week's tally. Jane King is live in New York following these stories and more for us. Jane.
Hi, Nicole and Marketing. Good morning to you. States expected to post a drop in weekly jobless claims. So we'll get those numbers in about 2 hours. 320,000 filings are what we expect to see this number come in today. That's versus 332,000 the prior week. Now, at the start of the month, new jobless claims dipped to 312,000. That was the lowest since March 2020, but we have been ticking a little bit higher in the past couple of weeks. Well, JP Morgan found that half the people who lost jobs during COVID are not looking for a new one. Those 2.9 million people who dropped out of the labor force may have retired or are still waiting to return. Now, there's a number of reasons people aren't returning, from childcare to expecting more out of a job. And the Fed Chair Jerome Powell says there's nothing the Federal Reserve can do if Congress lets the U.S. default on its debt. Some economists say if the ceiling isn't raised, the U.S. could default on debt next week and perhaps enter into a self-inflicted recession. Well, stocks closed sharply higher yesterday. The Federal Reserve did not say they were going to roll back those easy money policies that have been in place since the beginning of the pandemic, although they said the conditions may soon be there where they will do that. So all the major indexes up by about 1%. This morning looks higher with the Dow opening about 200 points up at the open. Live on the NASDAQ market side, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
I think a lot of people are nervous, Jane. You know, with everything the world and the nation has been through, honestly, in the last 18 months or so, a self-inflicted recession, that would not be good.
I know. It's like, come on. Like, yes.
Yeah, something for sure we'll definitely keep an eye on. At least we should know by next week, right? Something's got to give. It's 6:19. Thank you, Jane.
Yes.